St. Paul, vile behavior, said one liberal activist. Absolutely wrong, said a lawyer who votes Democratic. More proof that he does not live up to Minnesota values, said a Republican woman who voted against him. As Minnesotans absorbed the news that their own Senator Al Franken, a Democrat, had become the latest public official to be accused of mistreating women, there was widespread condemnation of his behavior in his home state. On Thursday, Mr. Franken apologized for an incident in 2006 in which he was accused of groping and forcibly kissing Leanne Tweeden, a radio newscaster, during a USO tour in the Middle East before he was elected to the Senate. But many voters in Minnesota were not ready to demand Mr. Franken's resignation, even after aiming the same call at two state legislators accused of sexual harassment earlier this month. Some said they were trying to make sense of the details of the allegations in the context of Mr. Franken's record as a liberal leader who had been held up as an advocate for women's rights. Other questions lingered too: would there be more claims? And where did the allegation against Mr. Franken fit into the flood of sexual harassment and assault allegations launched against an array of leaders in Hollywood, politics, and business? In cafes and on Facebook pages, people here expressed outrage, and sometimes sorrow, that someone they saw as a progressive and a defender of women had behaved so offensively. They praised his record on women's rights, especially for Native American women, a major issue in Minnesota. They reasoned that the incident was a long time ago, when Mr. Franken was a comedian and not an elected official. If this is a one-off, I'm willing to give him some slack, said Barbara Cupers, 72, a retired lawyer from Minneapolis. She also said she supported a Senate ethics hearing into Mr. Franken's behavior. Are other things going to come out? She continued. Many of us, both professional and non-professional women, have been subjected to unwanted touching, kissing, and other boorish behavior by our male colleagues. It's time to end it. Others said they had seen this brand of behavior from Mr. Franken before. During his Senate campaign in 2008, Republicans pointed to a column he wrote for Playboy in 2000 called Pornorama, that joked about visiting a sex laboratory, a sketch he proposed on Saturday Night Live in which the CBS journalist Leslie Stahl was drugged and raped, and comments at a human rights campaign dinner, before he was in the Senate, that included jokes about lesbians. I think Senator Franken has a track record and a history of inappropriate comments and actions, Jennifer Carnahan, chairwoman of the Minnesota Republican Party, said in an interview. I think that anyone that is willing to make jokes to that level, put females in positions where they feel uncomfortable and harassed, I don't see how you can be an advocate for women. Privately, some Democratic officials in Minnesota said they felt uneasy not calling for his resignation, worried that it would expose them to accusations of hypocrisy. This week, some national Democrats have publicly questioned the response at the time to Bill Clinton's sexual relationship with an intern while he was president, with Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York now saying that Mr.